I just went ahead and opened up the video. I know we're not going to begin for another minute, but I wanted to allow time for entrance for anybody who might be joining me live. And for those not joining me live, then you get to kind of just hang with me for just a few minutes. But I think we are officially moving forward. So the first thing I would like to do is light our candle of sisterhood to bring in light and love to each one of us. Blessings of light and love to my sacred sisters. And I would like to extend to you the red thread. Again, I will extend it to you every time we come together now. Whether you already have it tied around your wrist or not, it's our ritually connecting act. So if you haven't gotten your spool of yarn, you'll want to eventually grab one. But I'm going to extend it to you. And if you have red thread at home, take it. And then I want you just to pull on it. I want you to pull on it and feel the pressure, the connection between each of us, and feel that. Feel us as we connect myself. Just feel that connectedness forming as you tug on it. Feel the pressure and the presence. And know that our circle of energy, our red thread connection, is now in place. If you haven't got a cup of tea yet and you're watching this video, that might be something you want to do. Remember, you can always pause, gather together, and come right back. But make that vow right now that you're going to do this, you're going to complete this, and you're going to share with each other about it. Are you ready? I know I'm ready. Let's go on a journey into the center of a rose. A rose is a very powerful symbol for the feminine for so many different reasons. But one of the reasons I like is connected with science, because it's like the Fibonacci. It's like how the galaxy moves, how the water moves. It's like how a redwood grows. It's the pattern of DNA. It's how a baby grows. It's the moving spiral image of life. When you look at the image of a rose, it's a spiral. So I invite you to go on a little journey with me into your imagination as we draw and then paint the rose as a meditation. Okay, now you can do this for any topic in your life using any symbol. It doesn't necessarily have to be the rose. It can even be a spiral or some other Fibonacci symbol that you feel comfortable drawing and then painting. But the idea is that you use it to become focused for that aspect of your life, okay? But today we're going to use the rose, a rose meditation for nurturing yourself. So if you have your seed journal and your writing utensil, have that in front of you. And I want to close your eyes. This is just a little prep work to kind of get you centered, grounded and centered in the energy of what we're going to do. Close your eyes. Just take a gentle breath in, and as you exhale, close your eyes and ask yourself, where in your life do you need nurturing, remothering, self-care, self-honor, self-affirmation. Just close your eyes if you haven't already and find your natural breath. Breathe deep into your belly. Bring that belly up through your heart as you imagine sending this presence out to your entire physical body. The presence of nurturing self. And I invite you to imagine that you are held inside of a gorgeous, fragrant rose. Just held so silky and soft. It's all around you. You can smell it. You can see the colors of its petals. You're just cradled there inside the shape, and allow the rose shape to extend out into your field, into your auric field, all around you. You're cradled by this rose. You are at the center, being held and cared for, allowing this energy of love to just feel your entire field in your body. And as if you are completely held in a loving embrace, breathing through the heart as you imagine that if you had all this love to give, you would be overflowing out of your abundance, the love just overflowing. Breathe it in, feel it around you and inside of you, overflowing. And go ahead and open your eyes now as you let this love just overflow, and use your arms now. Yeah? Use your arms to stretch up, overflowing. Just overflowing with this love. Let yourself feel this love. So bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes and go inside and quiet for just a few more seconds. Just taking this time that you are in sacred time of nourishment. So just spend a little more time just being present with what it means to bring nourishment right to where you are. Feels good, doesn't it? It feels good. Take a moment to write some things in your seed journal about how you're feeling right now. And as you do that, I'm going to prepare us for our next phase of our rose meditation. Okay, so I invite you, my dear sacred sisters, to create the shape of a rose. And I'm going to invite you to make the shape, But before you do, to just watch me, and then once I am finished, to create your own. Okay, so we're going to use our black marker or red marker, whatever color you've chosen, or a Sharpie, something that is waterproof. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you, and then you will do that. Or if you feel comfortable, once I begin, you can join me. But what you're going to do is you're going to make a heart at the very center of your page, and then you're going to take the line out in a wobbling spiral, moving and breathing. This is a meditation. This is the feeling. So while you're creating your rose, I want you to feel how your marker feels on the paper, the pressure you have. I want you to feel it moving around, feeling your entire page, and very, very important, continue to breathe while you do this process, okay? So here we go. The rose, the symbol of the divine feminine, and the intention that you're putting into it is self-love, self-nurturing. So go ahead. I'll pause for a few minutes as you do your own if you have not. I'm going to invite you to write a love letter to yourself, to write a very, very loving message to yourself. And you're going to start anywhere. But this love letter to yourself is in the theme of nurturing. So feel free to do it with me if you want. Start anywhere. Dear one, you are radiant. You are loved, yeah. I think a good thing for us to remember is that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. You are enough. You are enough. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to write? Trust yourself. Yeah. Honor yourself. You don't have to write my words. You can write your own. I'm just sharing with you as an example as my words come out, okay? Always be yourself no matter what. Always be yourself no matter what. Honor your path, I think. Honor your path. Did I already put that there? Honor your path. Honor your path. We have honor yourself here, but honor your path, right? I like this one. Your smile is medicine. Okay, well, keep writing your love letter to yourself, your nurturing love letter. And when you feel you're done, then what we're going to do next is we're going to do a blessing. We're going to do a blessing on this. But before we do, before we, excuse me, move into the next thing, I just want to share a couple of things with you. I want to show you what I've chosen. I've chosen a very large round brush and a size 14 round. And then I also brought in just a scrubber. And I'm going to use each one, but you can use just the same brush for everything. And I'll show you how we're going to use those, of course, as we move forward. I've brought in carmine red, and I have my titanium white. And I've put those down on my palette, but I've also brought in a rose, and these are acrylic paints. I've also brought in a rose. I felt called to bring it in. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm just going to trust the process, but I put it out on my palette anyways, just to be on the safe side. And the other thing I have is a napkin here, and I do have some water in a little container and a spray. Okay, now you use the colors that you truly feel connected with. I think that's important. I get a little traditional sometimes with my roses, but there are purple roses, there are black roses, there are orange roses. But this is about self-love and nurturing, so allow your colors to reflect that gentleness, all right? So let me share with you what we're going to do. We're going to spray or use a big mop brush to put water on it. We're going to do a blessing. This is a blessing so that you feel somatically the connection between your body and your rose. And what starts to happen is you can connect with it through your whole body system, So we're just going to spray this water or paint the water on, and then just take a moment to feel that connection, the blessing between the intention you're putting into your rose and your heart. Yeah. So I'm going to start by using the big round, and what I'm going to do is I'll start in the center and I'm going to spiral out, making just a line all the way out. I'm not filling it in. And as I do this, I'm going to let these messages soak into my very being, letting it be so. And while I'm moving the brush, I'm going to allow myself to experience this love letter to myself. And I'm going to breathe. I'm going to breathe this connection. So let's begin by doing this. And I want to say one thing. You can't get this wrong. This is a you can't get it wrong free zone, okay? So I want you to enjoy the shape, enjoy the color, enjoy the texture. Just love it. Let the message sink into your very being. Spend as long as you need or want, okay? And what we're going to do is 2 passes. The first one, all the way from the center out, and then we're going to do the same color a second time in the same path, so twice, and then we'll continue on from there. Okay, so get your brush nice and wet. I love myself, yeah. I am deeply and completely in love with myself. Be in love with yourself right now. This is for you. And don't worry about the variations in your paintbrush. Just reapply as needed. And I don't know about you, but as I'm going over the words, I'm reading them. And as I read them, I breathe them in, as if the paint is making them come alive. A little more red paint, and now I'm going to do my second. I'm going to go a little bit smaller. I'm going to use the same color. Now, if you feel drawn to color in some of the spaces, right, you can either add water to your red, because in a lot of acrylics, when you add water and thin it out, it changes the color. At least in golden paints, it will turn your red to pink, all right? Or you can add a little bit of white to your current red to blend it into another shade, into a tint, right, a hue of red, which is usually pink. Or you can have your pink there that you want to try, all right? But I want to say something before we move into this phase. You are doing intentional creativity. You're feeling it. You're breathing it. You're allowing your heart, your intuition to guide you. And so you're allowing energy and emotion to come in. And this allows you to have an experience with it, the intention, right? A real felt sense of it. And once you have this rose, you can continue to work with it when you need a boost, when you are feeling discouraged. You can sort of hold up the image of the rose that you've painted, the one that you've created, the one that has the love letter of nurturing to yourself. And you can go back into it and feel it and be surrounded by it. And in those times, you can let your nervous system just calm down with it. And you can relax into that sacred space of self-nurturing. So here we go. Feel surrounded and embraced by the love, self-love, self-nurturing. And let's go ahead and add some more color, only if you feel it. Only if you feel it. Don't worry. Don't worry about colors. Don't worry about anything. You can't get anything wrong. I stay focused by reading every word I paint over in my mind and breathe it into my heart. And remember, even after we're finished, you can continue to work on this for as long as you want. As long as every time you work on it, you hold the intention of being embraced by the rose and connected with your love letter, the self-nurturing. I'm going to go ahead and I think we've got a good sense for this. And if you choose to continue to work on it, of course you can do so, right? Keep going. Oh, you know how it is when we start creating, right? I'm going to go ahead and stop there, though. I hope you continue to use this practice when you need it. Just let the rose expand into your field, your auric field. Start receiving that self-nurturing, feel the love filling you up and overflowing into your auric field. And just know all it takes is a little pause and meditating on something you paint through intentional creativity that will allow you a place to really relax and calm down and feel that feeling again. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's been wonderful. It's always wonderful to spend time with you. And I thank you. Namaste. Mwah, 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 mwah. All right, here we go. Bye for now.